Aaron Vandersloot decided he was going to extort money from Natalee Holloway's mom. He basically kind of went to her and said, hey, yeah, I'll tell you what happened to your daughter. It's going to cost you money, And so now that's why he's, being tried for that here in the United States. And yesterday, during that, he admitted that, yes, I killed your daughter, said how we did it, all that kind of stuff.
So sick.
And so now they're like, well, he's basically not going to get tried.
Right.
Even though he just admitted he killed her, and that's nothing. I mean, he is going to go to jail for extortion, but 20 years.
He's not even really going to jail for extortion because he's already in jail serving time for yet another murder. So, I mean, we're talking, I remember when this all happened back in 2005 as well. She was a beautiful young woman, disappeared. He maintained his innocence, which we all knew that he wasn't because of the facts, and always said it was not him and has denied it. And you're right. He then, at some point, went to her mother and tried to extort $250,000 to give her details. So you talk about re-victimizing somebody who was already a victim. I mean, this is a worthless individual. I know there's folks out there.
You're a different level of evil. You kill someone's daughter and then you go kind of taunt them.
Yeah, I'll tell you things for money.
Right. I mean, this is one of those cases where jailhouse justice, I wish, had prevailed. I know there's folks out there. When I went to law school, you had the law students that would have applauded jailhouse justice, and you had the ones that were, you should never execute anybody. I'm not on that side. I'm a father. Jailhouse justice sounds pretty good to me, and I wish that probably had happened to him. But, yes, so what has happened is he's now being charged or has agreed to tell what happened, and he's admitted how he killed her, which is horrible, why he killed her, because she rejected him. But there's no real consequence, and here's why. Aruba has a 12-year statute of limitations to bring a murder charge. It's been 18 years. So the fact that he has now admitted to this crime, there's nothing that you can do under Aruba law. They can't charge him in the United States because the crime all happened down there. So the only thing they can do is the extortion. The issue is they now have given him 20 years for the extortion, but because he's already in jail serving a 28-year sentence for yet another murder, the judge had their opportunity. They could either charge him consecutively or concurrently. I'm not a criminal lawyer, so I mess these terms up sometimes. They entered 20 years against him to serve it concurrently, which means at the same time. Consecutively would have been one after the other. So when the 28-year term for killing somebody had ended, he would have then served an additional 20 years.
So why do they not do that?
That's always left up to the judge or the DA at oftentimes on how to charge. So
decision.
really all he did, when you think about it from his perspective, is he got his another bit of fame. He's admitted to a crime. He's back in the news. He's back where he wants to be. They've given him 20 years, but he's serving it at the exact same time as another sentence. There's absolutely no additional consequence to him for any of this. He will live his life having never served any consequence for what he did to her.
But you say live his life, but there's, like you said, prison justice.
He's been in prison. Now, I don't know what's happened to him in prison. It doesn't sound like he's had any prison justice to the point that I would like to see as a father.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm sure it hasn't been fun.
The good thing that did come out of this is Natalee Holloway's family did find out for sure what happened.
And that's what her mom said.
And I will tell you that as, I'm a lawyer on the civil side, and so I represent people all the time, families of folks who have been killed in crashes. And when the case is over, they know what happened because we're able to show everything that happened. Let's assume they were in a semi-truck and the driver for the semi had done something horrible. We can give them details. It's when the case is over they get closure. And closure is when people can move on. So at a bare minimum, the mom now knows for sure he's the person that was responsible for her death. She knows how, which is very graphic, what he did. I mean, he rejected her because of a sexual advance she rejected. He punched her in the face, kicked her, and then smashed her head with a block of cinder and then drug her into the ocean when she may or may not still been alive and just let her drift off, and they never found her body. Wow. So, but at least she has closure on that. So to the extent anything good comes of that, maybe she can move on to the extent that a grieving mother can move on. I still hope he gets his justice.
Yeah.